and this will be your premium right here.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say I combined home and auto with State Farm. Saved $760. Love this guy.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Bundle home and auto, and you could save $760.
That's 760 good reasons to call Bill Thompson in Indiana or Jen Hoffman in Homer City.
Hi everybody, I'm Carly Krouse from the Indiana Gazette, and I'm here today at Blairsville High School, where the Bobcats are prepping for their game on Saturday night against Portage. And I'm actually here with head coach Rick Artley. I'm going to ask him a couple questions. How are you doing today, Coach?
Good, good. It's cold.
Yeah, it's chilly out. How have you guys been preparing so far?
Just a normal week. You know, obviously we get the extra day, so that's been a plus. And we changed a little bit up because of Tuesday not having school, so we've had that opportunity to go a little bit longer, watching a little bit more film as a team than we normally would. But other than that, it's been a basically normal week.
The big question, I guess, is Caleb Kephart. They're really good running back, and your guys' defense has been so good all year. What are you guys doing to get ready for him?
I think you just got to read your keys, and hopefully we have linebackers and you know, and our down linemen stay at home, but our linebackers read the keys of those guards and their tackles that are leaving, taking you to the play.
And you guys did go down there last year and got beat by them. Do you feel like any of that emotion is carrying over to this year?
I think our team's a lot more confident this year than it was last year. We got beat twice in 3 weeks last year by them. So I think, you know, this team's a totally different team defensively, especially than what we had last year. And honestly, offensively, we're different. We've concentrated on the run so much more this year, and that was dictated by our offensive line, who's been able to control the line of scrimmage in most of our games. And, you know, they're a big defensive line that we're going to have to try to get some movement. They like to stay on the line of scrimmage and try to clog things up. So if we don't have that movement, we'll have some troubles, but that's what our goal is, to get, you know, those guys moving with our zone blocking and get Dion, Scott, and Cam all opportunities to move the football.
And it did come down to the last couple of games of the regular season for you guys, between you and them with the 2 and the 3 seed. How important is it for you guys to have that 2 seed and have them have to come here to play you?
Oh, I think that's a huge factor for us. You know, we've been very successful at home, but just it makes everything that much easier to deal with than going up there. You know, at their place, you're at the high school for one part to warm, you know, to get dressed. Then you got to come down to the stadium. You have a small locker room at halftime. For us, it's a big plus to be here as opposed to up there.
And you did mention the weather. It is going to be chilly this weekend. You guys haven't had to face that too much this year. What are you guys doing to get ready for the weather?
Well, I mean, we're out here. That's all you can do. Just, you know, it looks like there's no real chance of precipitation on Saturday. So I think that'll be to our plus there as well. I think the field's in good shape, even though this is week 4 in a row of being at home, but which doesn't happen very often, obviously. So, you know, with that weather, you know, it's both the same for both teams. And honestly, that is probably another plus, though, because if we'd have went up to Portage, it's probably another 5 to 7 degrees colder up there than it is here.
Yeah, it was real cold up there last year.
Yeah, definitely.
And then offensively, are you guys looking to try to do the same thing this week?
Yeah, we're not going to change anything. I mean, we've been successful with it, and that's our, you know, our game plan week in and week out to run the football. And, you know, if we have to throw at times, I think we have the capability with Scott. I think that's probably been our biggest difference, though, this year, having the ability to have, excuse me, Scott not have to throw the ball constantly. And it's cut down on our turnovers. I think last year we were about even on a turnover battle for the season. Right now we're at plus 14, so that's been a major factor for us.
And then did you guys think at the beginning of the season you would ever be at this point? Do you think you'd make it this far?
Honestly, yes. That's what our goal's been since day one. You know, you have some years that you realistically can look at having a successful season by having a 500 record or above 500 or whatever that situation goes. Then you also have these years that you know is going to be special one way, you know, with this group, and we felt that coming into it, and then this is exactly where we work to be, and we couldn't ask for anything more other than an opportunity to be at home, the 12th week of the season, and get that done.
And then do you feel like you guys are, you know, even though you're a higher seed, do you feel like maybe you're an underdog coming in? People, you know.
I don't know. I think, you know, when you look at it last year's season, that's what something that you might say. But, you know, for us, I think it's just a totally different season. We had so many injuries last year, and I'll knock on wood, we haven't had any this year at all, to the point other than we lost our corner in the beginning of the year, Sharif Hutton. But other than that, we haven't had any. And last year, we didn't go a game without having 1 or 2 or 3 major injuries all season long. So I think our team, you know, our mental approach is that, you know, we're here for a reason. We're at home for a reason because we're that, you know, a good team, and we can match up with them as a lot better going into this one. I think we're all mentally prepared a little bit better this year than we were last year going to.
And do you think a lot of that has to do with the senior leadership this year?
Yeah, you know, this group has worked hard, and most of them are 3-year starters that have been playing for us, and we have a couple 2-year starters there as well that are juniors now. But this senior group has worked basically since last year when that season ended to try to get to this point. And you know, they were embarrassed last year, and I think, you know, we were embarrassed by Homer last year. We were embarrassed by Penns Manor last year, and we were able to come back with that fuel that's going to change, and hopefully we find a way to do that again this week.
And I know everybody says take it one game at a time. I'm sure you guys are doing the same thing, but have you been checking out Bishop Guilfoyle at all, or Bellwood Annis? Yeah,
we've definitely looked at Guilfoyle. You know, I have a couple buddies on that staff, the head coach and 2 guys on their staff play with me at Slippery Rock. So I know, you know, that group, and, you know, they're loaded. We've seen them in person already, you know, but, you know, with Coach Hayes down at Bellwood, we haven't seen them play, but we'll go down tomorrow night, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Anything else, Coach?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
Yep.
All right, guys, we will see you on Saturday night on the sidelines.